Greco-Roman action at 188. It's the West Coast versus West Point. Dan Henderson in the red from Huntington Beach, California. And Todd Giles, now a coach with the Army. And down on the bottom, and they are 0-0, almost 2 minutes into this 5-minute session.
2-point gut wrench by Dan Henderson there. He had a passive call against Giles, put him down, and it paid off for him with that nice gut wrench.
So it's 2-0 for the two-time Olympian Dan Henderson. And they will start back up. Todd Giles has had quite an interesting route to these national championships, Jeff.
He certainly has. He's been wrestling a long time, started with BU. He was an All-American there under Carl Adams, joined the Marines, had great success with the Marines, but never made it quite to the top. He's now at West Point as an assistant coach. A lot of bodies down there in the wrestling room. And he was very happy coaching, saying, hey, you know, I'm somebody that took a look at that program. We've never beat Navy, and there they beat them. And as you're looking on your screen there, you see Dan Henderson limping. Again, you see he is prone to those injuries, and that seems to be his left ankle. So Giles now living out a dream of coming back. Dan Henderson, though, has been the dominant force here in this weight class.
2-0 Henderson with the lead, and 2 minutes and 41 seconds to go. The referee will start them back. Now, Henderson knocked Giles out of the Olympic trials last year, so there's some history between these two, and a big swipe from Giles. They do not want that to reoccur. Nearly caught him, just grazed Henderson's head, but still the intent was there, and the message got through both ways.
Oh, he's behind him. Oh, the beautiful three-point throw.
Todd Giles has jumped into the lead, 3-2 with that huge move, and he's going to try to do it again. 2 points for Henderson. As Giles was unable to complete the double, he tried the exact same move to turn him in the air and bring him down, but halfway through that second move, it was Henderson who put Giles down. But did Henderson really create the action, or more a failure on Giles' part?
Giles did it. The question is was he totally out of bounds when the counter occurred? If that's the case, then the points should not score.
Well, right now they do stand, and so Henderson again with the lead, 4-3, make that 5-3, another point.
And he's got the arm trapped. You can see the left arm of Giles is trapped in that lock, and that usually equates to a...
Two more
now for that back tilt. Exposure points.
Another point, so it should be 8-3 for Dan Henderson, the two-time Olympian. Comes through with a huge flurry of points at 188 over Todd Giles for the national championship at Greco. And now Giles wants some of his injury timeout taken. And he has to be stunned because he got back into this match with a huge three-point move, but then failed on his next attempt to duplicate that three-point move.
And then he got caught with a nice little 2-on-1 that took his balance away, brought him down to the mat. Henderson spun, locked on him, and he was able to trap the arm in that lock. And Giles somehow put his leg up and interfered with it, got hit with a caution on top of it. He now trails 9-3.
So quickly things can turn. Just when you think you have the match in hand, your opponent will do something to you. You have to be on your guard at all times.
That's right. No lapses. Another gut wrench by Henderson. Blowing it open now, 11-3, 2 more, and you have a technical superiority.
Absolutely. If there's a 10-point difference between the two during any time during the match, they will stop the match.
It really looked as though Giles was going to be back in it, but Henderson able to continue to fight hard, scramble, and come back into it.
Giles took another swipe at Henderson, but it was Henderson who got the words from the official. Don't try to tell me how to do my job. Just about a minute to go now. 11-3, Henderson in the red over Todd Giles.
Giles is going to have to get in tight now.
Giles, 35 years old, against 25-year-old Henderson. Giles was an NCAA All-American back in '84.
That was at Boston University. Giles has got to get in closer. Giles has got to get in closer. Henderson doing a great job here. This is what he's good at, is scrambling, making it more of a brawl than really a technical battle, though his skill is very, very refined.
Well, if he likes a brawl, he is certainly taking a lot of offense to the brawling tactics of Todd Giles with the hands and slaps and cuffing.
That's all looks. He does as much of that as Todd Giles is doing as well. But here it just seems that Henderson now is starting to control the tie, control the pace of the action. Giles really needs to get in tight, but they're under 10 seconds now, and it looks as though the match is just going to end right here. That's going to do it.
And there it is, 11-3. Dan Henderson is the national champion at 188 in the Greco-Roman division. An impressive performance, really, when he needed it most, Jeff.
Yes, it was. Henderson came back. He was in trouble at that one point, but he never really lost focus. He didn't have the lapse that Giles did right after it, and that equated to a victory here.
We'll come back to Greco-Roman wrestling when we return to Orlando right after this.